Hello, I am Faith Awoni. This is Crime Fighters, the police and you. Today, we'll be taking you through the IGP's meeting with strategic managers on the 4th of April 2024 as we read out the police achievements for the month of March. Sit tight as we take you through the highlights.
Constant evaluation is one primary parameter for gauging any organization's effectiveness and progress. Since the Inspector General of Police, Olukayode Egbetokun, assumed office, the Nigerian Police Force has followed this tradition. On 4th April, the IGP presented the report card of the Force Services for March 2014 in a conference with strategic police managers held at the IGP's Conference Hall Force Headquarters, Abuja. The opening speech of the IGP began on a sour note with an emotional-laden voice. He reveres the gallant police officers who were gruesomely murdered in the line of duty in a so-called evil forest of Ughille, North Delta State in the penultimate weeks and commiserated with the families of the fallen heroes.
The abduction and killing of 6 of our personnel during a special operation at Evil Forest, Ughille North, local government of Delta State, on 26 February 2024, is a sore testament to the hazards confronting us daily as we strive to keep our country safe. The entire police family is deeply pained by the heinous act of violence against our officers in the ordinary course of their duties. Our thoughts and prayers are with the families of the fallen officers during this difficult time. I would like to firmly reiterate that we will leave no stone unturned in ensuring that the killers of this personnel and many others do not escape the long arms of the law. In this respect, I am pleased to note that we have made significant progress in the investigation into this tragic incident. A total of 9 suspects confirmed to have been actively involved in the killing of these officers have so far been apprehended and are currently assisting in unraveling the circumstances surrounding the unfortunate incident. Undoubtedly, we are closing in on other flaying key actors in this crime. Be assured that we will not rest on our oaths until the deaths of our colleagues are avenged with justice. In the meantime, we will continue to meet our obligations to their families in order to minimize their pains and sufferings during this period.
The fatalities recorded by the Nigerian Police Force did not deter the police workforce from performing their constitutional responsibilities. Hence, the IGP extolled the hard work of senior police officers and men of the force as he recounted remarkable achievements in March 2024. According to the police boss, 141 cases of terrorism, secessionist attacks, 537 cases of murder, 126 cases of armed robbery, 214 cases of kidnapping, and 39 cases of unlawful possession of firearms were recorded in the period under review. In March, the month under review, the Nigerian Police Force arrested 3,685 suspects for participating in various degrees of crimes. 401 kidnapped victims were rescued. At the same time, 216 firearms were recovered and 3,601 ammunition, including 82 vehicles, were recovered across the nation.
It is essential that we remain vigilant and adaptive in our approach, continuously refining our strategies to stay ahead of evolving threats. I am pleased to report a substantial advancement propelled by the execution of diverse strategies aimed at mitigating the escalating trend of criminal activities across the nation after our last conference held on 8 February 2024. In the past 8 weeks, we recorded 141 cases of terrorism/secessionist attacks, 537 cases of murder, 126 cases of armed robbery, 214 cases of kidnapping, and 39 cases of unlawful possession of firearms. Also, during this period, the Nigerian Police Force arrested 685 suspects for their participation in various crimes. 401 kidnapped victims were rescued, 216 various firearms, 3,301 ammunition, and 82 vehicles were recovered.
No one prays to die or be injured while performing a task. But if one is faced with inevitable circumstances that could lead to death or permanent disability, an insurance policy is meant to assist the injured and the deceased. This is the intention of the successive Nigeria Police Force management. However, good intentions without action amounts to nothing. This was the situation IGP Ughille Egbetokun inherited upon the assumption of office. For about 8 years, 2,514 families waited in vain for the insurance claims of their loved ones who paid the supreme price for their mother's land. The injured and the deceased officers' insurance claims mounted to the tune of 7,290,051 naira 73 kobo. But in less than 9 months, the man with the Midas touch made it happen. Ughille Egbetokun's milk of kindness is the difference. The IGP ensured the insurance claims backlogs were defrayed monthly until his administration cleared it up.
The Nigerian Police Force, under this administration, is poised to ensure that the welfare of personnel is prioritized. The force has successfully, through unrelenting efforts, secured the release of insurance claims of deceased police officers, which has accumulated for about 8 years. We have, in the last 9 months, cumulatively presented checks totaling 7,263,391,051 naira 73 kobo to 2,514 families of deceased police officers. We are unrelenting in finding a solution to the agitation of police retirees arising from their poor pension earnings and the quest for enhanced pension culminating in protest and demand for exit from the contributive pension scheme. This situation, as we are aware, has in the past few years not only been a source of apprehension for serving officers, it has equally consistently put the force uncomfortably in the media space. The force leadership is carefully working on a scheme that will put an end to the agitations and put smiles on the lips of every policeman, either serving or retired.
A person who sees a problem is a human being, but a person who finds a solution is a visionary leader. Leadership is the ability to translate vision into reality. This quote depicts IGP Ughille Egbetokun's vision for the Nigeria Police Force when he said, "I don't want to be the IG who will return the police to part of the wilderness."
There is no IG that would sit and would not want welfare of his men. What gives you legitimacy as IG is the confidence that your men have in you. So it's unfortunate for people to think that we are not working towards enhanced pension scheme for the police. Again, I don't want to talk too much about this because work has reached a particular stage now. What I want now is just to get the result we want. We have been working tirelessly on the issue of enhanced pension scheme for Nigerian police, and we are just about getting there. It's not something that we will just say we want to exit just like that. I know that people have been agitating for the exit, but when I became the IG, what I did was, first of all, set up a committee to look into this issue of contributive pension, what is happening. And I realized that agitating for exit may take us back to the old days where police officers in retirement will be waiting for pension. Year in, year out, no pension is paid. That is not what we want. I don't want to be an IG that will supervise the return of police officers to the wilderness. And that's why we have to think outside the box and start looking for ways of enhancing our pension scheme in the police that will benefit both the retired officers and the serving officers.
To match his words with action, the IGP informed the teaming strategic managers who graced the monthly IGP briefing from various state commands and police formations that the police force has concluded the registration process of the NPF Insurance Company Limited with the Corporate Affairs Commission and that steady progress towards operationalization of the company is in top gear.
The force has recently concluded the registration process of the Nigerian Police Force Insurance Company Limited with the Corporate Affairs Commission, and we are steadily progressing towards the operationalization of the company. The new company will aid the processing of our insurance funds directly from the National Insurance Commission and the Central Bank of Nigeria.
One of the human needs advocated by Abraham Harold Maslow is the provision of shelter. A cardinal policy of IGP Ughille Egbetokun's administration is to solve challenges of accommodation faced by police officers across the country. To this end, the Nigerian Police Force is organizing a housing summit which will serve as an avenue to brainstorm on how to provide befitting houses for police officers during and in their post-service era.
Nigeria Police Housing Scheme. In response to the housing challenges particularly faced by officers and men of the force, we have put together the NPF Housing Summit, scheduled to take place between 22nd and 23rd April 2024. Apart from bringing together all the critical participants in the housing value chain with capacity to support our shelter initiatives, the Housing Summit will also provide the avenue for launching the police fund. It is our hope that leveraging on this event, our personnel will have a much better deal on issues of housing during and post-service.
Fighters promoting security consciousness.
IGP Egbetokun's administration has employed the carrot and stick model to address administrative and operational issues in the force. Rewarding good conduct and hard work stimulates more commitment on the part of the recipient. The doctrine of appreciation is as old as humankind. The IGP seized the opportunity to announce the Maiden Police Awards and commendations of the Nigeria Police Force. The essence of the award is to honor serving and deceased officers who paid supreme price but distinguished themselves while discharging their duties. According to the IG, the spirit behind this noble cause is to boost the morale of officers and men and reward hard work and decent conduct. The police boss instructs the police strategic managers to adopt PR strategies in disseminating information and project achievement of the force in their various commands and formations, which will in turn instill confidence in the citizens, declaring that a plan is underway to conduct a comprehensive review of the police regulations and introduce a scheme of service for the Nigeria Police Force. IGP, however, implores officers to be more committed and steadfast in discharging their duties of securing the lives and properties of Nigerians by upholding principles of integrity, professionalism, and excellence.
Use of public relations tools in policing. Central to our success in the effective collaboration between strategic police managers comprising of Zonal Assistant Inspector General of Police, Command Commissioners of Police and their respective zonal and police public relations officers, the dissemination of timely and accurate information regarding our achievements at the grassroots level is pivotal in fostering public trust and confidence in the Nigerian Police Force. It is incumbent upon us to maintain transparency and accountability in our communication efforts, ensuring that the public is well informed about our endeavor to maintain law and order. All strategic managers are therefore charged to improve on this salient professional relationship in order to project all our achievements and to improve on the public's confidence in the police and bridge trust gap between the police and the public. Furthermore, I am pleased to announce that we are in the process of conducting a comprehensive review of the police regulation and introduction of a scheme of service for the Nigerian Police Force. These critical undertakings are aimed at modernizing our legal framework to align with contemporary policing standards backed by the Police Act 2020, enhance the welfare and professional development of our officers and men, and foster a culture of excellence and accountability within the force.
To align the Nigerian police with President Bola Tinubu's effort in tackling climate change, which was canvassed during the COP28 in Dubai in December 2023, IGP Ughille has concluded plans to launch the Nigerian Police Green Initiative.
The Nigerian Police Green Initiative, in line with Mr. President's call for climate justice and international support from world leaders as developing nations, transitions to zero carbon emission at COP28 in Dubai. The Nigerian Police Force, one of the largest public institutions in Nigeria, has concluded plans to launch the Nigerian Police Green Initiative. This is to make significant contributions to assist the country to meet her energy transition goals. The Nigerian Police Green Initiative is aimed at engaging green innovative solutions to boost operational and the capacity of the Nigerian police to fight crime and maintain law and order in the country, and comprises 3 key sectors, namely renewable energy development, alternative energy solution, and community green outreach. I want to once again implore you to remain steadfast in your commitment to the noble cause of policing our nation. Let us continue to stand united in our resolve to uphold the principles of integrity, professionalism, and excellence in all our endeavors. Together, we will overcome challenges, surmount obstacles, and deliver on our constitutional mandate to ensure the safety and security of our beloved country.
When it was time for the IGP Ughille to answer questions from journalists, he wasted no time responding to issues raised by correspondents from the various media houses.
Fighters. Promoting security consciousness.
First question from Ada AIT. Thank you for that question. You raised the issue on why we were silent on the killing of our officers in Delta State. And my response to that question is very simple. We deliberately did not rush to the press to announce the killing of our officers. Our initial silence was actually strategic. I know that the First PRO has tried to clear this in one of these media engagements. That you don't declare somebody killed or dead when you have not seen the dead body. And that is true by law. It took us time to be able to recover the dead bodies of those that we declared dead. And till today, we are still looking for 6 of them. We have recovered 6 dead bodies, still looking for 6. We are still hoping that those 6 will still be found alive someday. But by law, it takes a period of time, 7 years, before a missing person can be declared dead. And again, we are police. We must be very careful in the way we handle some of these issues. It was part of our strategies not to quickly go to the press that this has happened. And that strategy is already paying off. We have arrested 9 of the key actors. Those confirmed to have actively taken part in the killing of those officers. We have them in our custody. They have made useful statements to us. They have told us how they did all these things. And they're also helping us. So it's not yet time to make too much noise about it, but we are still going to make noise about this. But when the time comes, we will make the noise. But now it is time for us to act, and we are acting. Fourth, second question, SIS update. The SIS is on course. We have launched the SIS in they are in Plateau State, they are in Kaduna, they are in FCT. We have concluded training of their commanders. We have concluded training of the first batch. The second batch is still in training. The first batch that were trained have been deployed. You see them in Plateau, in Kaduna, in FCT. We are yet to launch that of Bauchi. Maybe by the time the second batch that are training now passed out, we'll be able to launch in other states. So the SIS is still on course. We may not be making too much noise because the motto of the SIS is the same motto with the PMM. Silence, speed, and surprise. So some of the time we'll be silent. If we are silent, it is not because we don't want to make noise. It is strategic to be silent some of the time. Clamping down on criminals, and yet they are showing that they are becoming more daring on the social media. Well, that will be their response. It is not unexpected that when you are losing the battle, you will not want to give up and you want to show that you are still there. And that is tactics of criminals. Even when they are already losing, they want to give the impression that they are still strong. So if you see them making noise on social media, they go for soft targets and they want to showcase that on social media and all of that. That does not mean that they are not losing the battle. We are actually winning the battles against these criminals. We are going to sustain the tempo. We will continue to clamp down on them. It doesn't matter what they show on social media. We are not going to relent on our efforts to decimate them.
My advice to Nigerian youth is that we need to use our knowledge that we've gotten constructively. Most of the Nigerian youths are very intelligent. We have lots of experts in Nigeria, but some of them are using it negatively. So for you as a youth that understands technology, that understands how cyber works, we encourage you to use it positively, to help yourself and to help members of the public, because they see it as an avenue to make quick money. And I don't think that is the best for them. So we'll keep sensitizing members of the public, we'll keep talking to this young generation to use whichever knowledge that they have constructively, not to go into crime, because of course, at the end of the day, you have a price to pay, and the price is to get you behind the bar. So for me, I think a word is enough for the wise.
Thank you for watching. Until we come your way next week, stay safe and be vigilant.
Fighters, promoting security consciousness.